Welcome to the Rector's Update. I am Susie Comer and I'm the Rector of St. Mark's Episcopal Church in Richmond, Texas. And this is the update for December 16th, 2020. Surely it is God who saves me. I will trust in him and not be afraid. For the Lord is my stronghold and my sure defense, and he will be my Savior. It is the third week of Advent. The third Advent candle is rose-colored to lighten the weight of the penitential tone of the season. I have now had 3 COVID tests this year. The first 2 were before medical procedures, a colonoscopy and a surgery on my wrist that was broken. I got a rapid test today because I might have been exposed to COVID last week. Over the last few days of quarantining and masking at home, the character of waiting was heavy. I examined each cough or feeling of discomfort and wondered what it might mean. I pondered how to tell family members or the church if I tested positive. I thought about what that would do to our worship schedule this Christmas, not to mention Christmas for my family. I wondered how seriously ill I might become. Waiting was hard, and it was only a matter of days. And I tested negative, as it turned out. It does make me wonder, when we wait, when we are actually forced to wait, where do our minds, our worries, our hearts go? We have been waiting for possible COVID viruses that are in our sanctuary to die. And 7 days is the comfortable margin recommended by the CDC. Tests have proven that on dry surfaces, 7 days is plenty of time for spaces to be safe again. We're also waiting for a chance to be vaccinated, waiting for a time when we can hug our family and friends, waiting for the loneliness and uncertainty to be over. But if we're waiting, and we are worrying with anxious thoughts and dire scenarios, our hearts and minds are in danger. They can be overrun with fears and anxieties. So how do we wait when we don't know the outcome, when fear and distrust weighs heavily upon us, even if we have been reassured? Well, it comes down to trust and a good dose of courage. With regard to the COVID virus, many of us simply do not understand the science, and so we must resort to trusting those that do and follow what has been proven to make us safer. Fear, or lack of it, is not a good way to gauge our safety. With regard to Jesus' return, it comes down to trust and a good dose of courage. All that Isaiah and all that John the Baptist and all that Mary says will not sink in and comfort our hearts if we do not lean upon God's power. We will remain bereft if we do not step into the boat of God's promises and rely upon them. That Jesus comes to intervene in the world and heal the brokenhearted. He will be our Savior. Therefore, you shall draw water with rejoicing from the springs of salvation, and on that day you shall say, give thanks to the Lord and call upon his name. Make his deeds known among the peoples. See that they remember that his name is exalted. Sing the praises of the Lord, for he has done great things, and this is known in all the world. Cry aloud, inhabitants of Zion, ring out your joy, for the great one in the midst of you is the Holy One of Israel.